Hello everybody and welcome back to my studio and welcome to Inktober 2019, the final weeks 4 and 5. And just so you're warned, there are Miraculous Ladybug Season 3 spoilers ahead. So, you've been warned. So, this week, or the last 2 weeks, because it's like a week and a few days, because there are 31 days in October, obviously, this was my favorite time of Inktober. I think I really hit my stride here and I was able to create things that I was really proud of and I was really pleased with the end results of. And just, I think every single piece in this video that I show you is something that I felt really happy with the final result of, and I'm so happy that that could happen because I was really struggling the previous week, and to just like really get stuff that I enjoyed in the next week was just so nice, and it really made it feel like the struggle was worth it. So if that's you right now, if you're really struggling, then just know that in the future you will feel like everything is worth it. You'll feel like the struggle is worth it because you will hit your stride and you will make good things that you're proud of. So yes. So that first picture that I drew, this one, is DJ Wi-Fi, one of my favorite ships from the show. And this one is where we get into some spoilers. This is a picture that I drew of Cat Noir, or Chat Noir, and Chat Blanc. So, if you haven't seen Season 3, then this is some spoilers, so I'm sorry about that. But when the trailer hit, a trailer dropped for Chat Blanc, the episode, and I was just like completely enamored with it, and I just thought it was the coolest thing, and that his design was so cool and I loved it so much, so I had to draw it, and so that's what I did. And it was a good thing too, because it was kind of like trending at the time, at least in the fandom. So when I posted this on my Tumblr, people seemed to really take to it and enjoy it, which was pretty cool to see. But so for this piece, what I did was I basically drew half of the face, and then I copied it and reflected it horizontally in Photoshop and put it on the other half of the face also, so that it would be completely even, so that I could have the line going down the middle. And that little trick was really good because it made it nice and even and stuff. And then I ended up coloring this one because I enjoyed it so much, so you're getting to see some of the coloring process. I colored, I think, 3 pieces in the end from this week, and I didn't record the coloring of any of the other ones because it just took too long, but I will show you the final colored pieces in this video, so I hope you guys enjoy that. But yeah, that's this piece, this Chat Noir and Chat Blanc. I know I'm not saying that right, so don't come after me, please. I'm not very good at French. I'm like not good at French at all, so just, you know, whatever. This next piece is another Chat Blanc. Chat Blanc? I don't know how to say it, whatever. Cat Blanc, something like that, I don't know. My accent is terrible and I know, I'm sorry. But this is another version of that character because I was just so enthralled with his design. I thought it was so good. Like, I think a lot of the Akuma designs in the show, in Miraculous Ladybug, are really good. And some of them are like a little bit not as good, but most of them are pretty good, I think. Or at least interesting and dynamic. But this one, not only was this my favorite episode of the entire series, but it also had the best design of an Akuma in the entire show, of a villain in the entire show. So, it's so good. And if you haven't seen it already, then you should go watch it as soon as possible, as soon as you can, so, because it's a really good episode. This next piece is just a Halloween piece because it was Inktober, or it was October, excuse me. So Halloween was just around the corner, so I decided to go with that theme and draw Marinette, or Ladybug, I guess, in this picture, dressed up as a witch to celebrate the holiday. I know they don't really celebrate Halloween in France, but I just kind of pretended that they did just so that I could draw this thing. And the next picture also is Chat Noir as dressed up in a Halloween costume as well. So I thought it would turn out really cute, and these are some of my favorites that I did for the entire time of Inktober, so I really like the way they turned out. There she is, all cute, dressed up like a witch. Isn't she adorable? Now this one, this is probably, this line art right here is probably my second favorite line art of the entire Inktober, of all of my Inktobers that I did. And I did all 31 days, which I'm very pleased that I did all 31 days, because I have never finished Inktober all the way before. But this one I finished, and I just love this so much. This is Chat Noir dressed up as Sherlock Holmes, so I called it Sherlock Noir, and I think that that's just so cute and kind of hilarious also. I think that I'm kind of funny sometimes, you know. But I think that it turned out so cute, and his expression is really good, and I was just so pleased with how it turned out, you know. Sometimes you're just like, you just get into a groove and you produce things that you're really happy with, and a lot of people online, a lot of people on Tumblr thought that this turned out really cute as well. So I wasn't the only one. But I don't know, I just think it turned out super cute, and I really like it. So it was definitely one of my favorites. This one is probably my least favorite of the week, just because I felt like the smile was off in this one. This is just a simple like model Adrian picture. It's just him doing his like model stance or whatever, so it's not that fancy, not that elaborate or anything like that, because I just had to do something for the day. And I'm still not like super disappointed in it. I don't think that it's ugly or anything like that, but I just think that it could have been better had I planned it out a little bit better, or figured out what to do with his mouth a little bit better. But you know, overall I'm still pretty pleased with it, and it definitely wasn't like the previous week where I was just hating on all of my art, you know. I just found something wrong with every single thing. So this one was okay. This one is my absolute favorite line art that I created for the entire Inktober, because I just think it's so cute, and it took me a really long time to do. This one is Mari or Marinette walking in the rain in Paris, and I drew a background for it as well. And I'm planning on, at some point, I don't know when, but I'm planning on coloring this in sometime. And we'll see if that ever happens, but I want to color it in because I think it turned out really cute. I really enjoyed doing the line art. It was a lot of work, but I think it turned out really well. So I want to finish the piece and, you know, turn it into something that actually is, you know, colored in as a finished piece rather than just line art. But you'll see here I'm working on the background, so I drew in the background. I drew, first of all, Marinette holding her umbrella, and then hid that layer, and then drew in the background on a separate layer. That way I could freely go about drawing the line art and then the reflections and everything. And what I did for the reflections was I copied the layers and then reflected them down, or reflected them vertically so that they would show up in the puddles, and then erased around them. So yeah, I'm super pleased with how that one turned out. This one was another one where I definitely liked the way it turned out, and I'm not displeased with it at all, but it was one that I just kind of wasn't super excited about, which is fine. Like, we all have stuff that we're not super interested in or super excited about when we create. That happens. This one I thought was, you know, it was pretty cute, and I thought the pose was interesting enough. The pose is actually kind of tough to get right because I was just trying to make sure that the proportions looked right and that the foreshortening was proper and everything. And foreshortening is something that I struggle with. I think a lot of people do. So, you know, at least I'm not alone in that. But the thing that really gave me a hard time in this piece was the hands, because the hands are like at the forefront of the image, and he's leaning on his baton. Chat Noir is leaning on his baton, and his hands are like at the forefront of the whole image, so I had to try to get them right, and hands are something that I struggle with eternally, and I probably always will. So I think that they turned out all right, but it still could have been better, but I'm still pretty pleased with how this one turned out still. And there it is. And this is the final piece of Inktober. You have made it to the end, almost. So this piece was inspired by, it was actually just my redraw of an Instagram post that the official Marinette Design Instagram posted, where she was wearing these cat ears, and Alia said in the caption, or no, it was Alia's Instagram post, and she said in the caption that she thinks that Marinette should go as Cat Noir to a Halloween party. And I thought it was so cute, and I had to draw it because everybody was talking about it on Tumblr, and it was blowing up everywhere because it was just adorable. So I had to draw it, and I ended up coloring this one too, but I of course didn't record the coloring process because it just took a long time. And for Inktober, it's just the inking that you really need, so I did color it, and I think that it turned out pretty cute. So, and here it is. Thank you guys so much for watching and for being a part of my Inktober 2019. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day, and as always, keep on creating. Bye.